Magandang araw po sa inyong lahat. Kamusta po kayo? Ako po pala si John Ababon and I'm a dancer and a teacher of the Cultural Center of the Philippines Dance Workshop o ang CCP Dance Workshop. Together with the CCP Arts Education Department, we welcome you to Sining Galing. Sining Galing is a program of the CCP that uses the arts for healing. This program has been running for almost 15 years, and the basic idea is to use the arts as a basis for transformation through creative expression. The Siningaling framework module structure is actually based on the three R's, namely release, reflect, and redirect. This is the framework that has been appreciated and utilized by the Department of Education's Disaster Relief and Rehabilitation Management Services Unit up to today. Sa previous episodes ng Sininggaling, nakita natin na ang sayaw ay isang napakagandang paraan to help individuals achieve emotional, cognitive, physical, and social integration, and how dance artists need to understand the importance of self-care, especially through this extraordinary time of the pandemic. So, today, we will talk about dance and its benefits for those who suffer from the Parkinson's disease, a brain disorder that leads to shaking, stiffness, and difficulty with walking, balance, and even coordination. And to tell us more about it, we are very excited to introduce to you a very good friend in dance, Mr. Novy Bereber. Novy Bereber, o Manong Novy as we call him, is a Filipino-Australian choreographer from Iloilo City and is now based in Sydney, Australia. He is one of the Philippines' leading choreographers in his generation who have choreographed dance pieces to all major dance companies in the Philippines, to name a few like Ballet Manila, Philippine Ballet Theater, and the contemporary dance company Air Dance. And as an advocate, he founded the very first in Asia, the Bereber Sayaw for Parkinson's Disease Organizations Incorporated, where he trained under Mark Morrison's dance group for the Dance for Parkinson's Disease in New York City. Ladies and gentlemen, we welcome you again, our guest speaker for today, Mr. Novy Bereber.
Hello, good morning everyone. Good morning, John. Good morning to all our viewers in Sininggaling. Maraming salamat for inviting me. Good morning, Philippines. I'm very excited to share and to tell you more about the Sayaw PD. And because I would like you to show you some few videos and what's all about Sayaw PD.
A flick of the wrist, a point of the toe, an arch back, an outstretched leg, maybe even a spin, a strut, a sway, mobility, balance, strength, and flexibility, coordination, the body. And then working together as a community, as a family, towards awareness, towards stimulation, and towards confidence. Bereber Sayaw for Parkinson's is specifically for those living with Parkinson's disease. Through community dance classes, they're able to improve their motor functions, strength and balance, push flexibility, and develop overall coordination. First, a project by Mark Morris in 2001. The affinity between how dancers and those afflicted with Parkinson's true was tackled. Through their sequential understanding of movement with the music, one can constantly exercise key part of the nervous system, while the effect towards such as always strengthened with the support of friends and family. These engagements in dance proves to have a great positive effect on both quality of life and self-image. Dance is stimulating mental activity so that connects mind to body. This is an opportunity that Philippines and Filipinos with Parkinson's disease should be able to partake. This is Bereber Sayaw PD. I am the founder, Novy Bereber.
Hello, everyone. I'm back again, and I just want to add again regarding about the what is PD as well. PD is a progressive neurological condition, and primarily to lose the dopamine producing cells within the brain. And what is dopamine? Dopamine is a hormone that a new transmitter that plays several important roles in our body. That the main medication used the treatment is levodopa, and levodopa is that most the treatment that most of the people with Parkinson's using it. And now I'm telling you more regarding about Sayaw PD, where I started and why I created Sayaw PD. Well, Sayaw PD started from and Dance for Parkinson's New York, which is under Mark Morris Group and the Brooklyn Parkinson's Group in Brooklyn. They managed to be together or cooperate together, and originally they collaborate each other, and then that's what it started. And they have affiliated with more than 300 communities and 25 countries around the world. And then originally, after that, Dance for Parkinson's Australia collaborate with Dance for Parkinson's in New York or in the States. And that's what they started. They tried to do a national Parkinson's conference here in Brisbane in 2012. And then they did the training workshop for teachers. And that's where the started of Sayaw PD. And also, they did a workshop under the coordinator of Erica Rose Jeffrey. And then also they tried to do the workshop here in Sydney, and that was 2000. If I'm not mistaken, like 5 years ago. And then after I did my workshop as one of the pioneer teachers here in Australia, I went to New York and did the teacher workshop training under the founder or program director, David Leventhal. So yun po yung nag-umpisa where I started my training as Dance for PD. And the mission of Dance for PD is we're trying to create a community for our Parkinson's with family, which is family and friends and loved ones can participate in a very artistic and creative settings. And our mission is enable to, with our PD, to lead a full and active life, create awareness, and be in a specialized, especially in the remote area in the Philippines. We produce and train dance teacher to conduct some Dance for PD workshop for teachers. And of course, if we can collaborate with people, with medical companies to help this to receive a free medication or corporate sponsorship for us, and mostly a joyful and positive community for our PD. And the principles of Sayaw PD is we develop the feeling of active life. That it's not the life, it's not over pa para sa kanila. And mostly the issue of our PD is their depression. So what was important here is to lift up their spirit. That's number one we try to that's why we try to help them and through dance. And if you tell them as well, they have to go to therapy, and it's trigger for their brain or their mind na meron silang Parkinson's. But I think the best way to do that is, let's go, let's have a dance. And that would be really, really help for them na they're dancing. They're not reminding them na meron silang PD. And siguro it's very important as well for them to treat them as normal and treat them as nothing, they have a disease. And I think that's very, very important for all our PD. But also, but just want to clear as well that you need to listen as well with your neurologist if whatever their advice. And PD is not it's a dance. It's all about a creative community, and it's all about dancing. and how they lift up their spirit. And of course, Sayaw PD is helping um, do the healing of music and healing of dance together. And music increase the activity of their brain, and also successfully used to address emotional levels, and which is can be still relative and appreciative. So that's what also we're trying to develop, that Sayaw PD is about, is the class, to conduct a dance class for them, and to create, as again, a community for all of them, for our Sayaw PD. Back to you, John.
And there you have it. Thank you so much po, Manong Novi, for the wonderful experience, for sharing your knowledge with us. And for those who want to know more or interested, the Sayaw, the Bereber Sayaw for Parkinson's disease has a YouTube channel where you can watch his classes. It's recorded, and make sure to hit like and subscribe to his channel, Bereber
So,
Sayaw Parkinson's disease. The floor is now open for those who want to ask questions, and Manong Novi is more than glad to answer.
mhm.
Nong, kamusta po kayo? Kamusta po kayo dyan?
I'm very, very well. So far, painit kami dito was because it's summer. But, and everything is doing well. And before I forget as well pala, nakalimutan ko sabihin din that Sayaw for PD, we have, during COVID, we tried to work out to create a dance class online. So, hindi ko na-mention kanina, no? So, I just want to inform that everyone that Sayaw PD had an online class in Zoom, and you can check our YouTube channel and also in Facebook page as well. And I just want to share as well to everyone that officially that Sayaw PD is approved by SEC, Sayaw for Bereber Sayaw for PD Incorporation. We are official already as an organization. And also would like to thank you as well to that we managed to get a sponsorship with Sun Pharma, one of the biggest medical company around the world, which is helping us, Sun Sayaw PD, and also in global, okay, and Facebook around the world. We are global in Sayaw PD, and we managed to be number 4 in Sayaw for PD in Facebook, which is number 1. It's all Dance for Parkinson's America and New York. And then number 2 is Dance for Parkinson's Australia. Number 3 is Dance for Parkinson's something in and UK. And of course, Sayaw for PD is number 4, which is I just started this few months ago during COVID. And I'm very, very proud to share that to us, mga kababayan. And we are the first in Asia that we have our Parkinson's disease class, or we have for PD class for you guys. So I'm very, very happy to share that to you all. And also, we're global, and the people who are attending my class in Sayaw PD online, which is from Philippines, Hong Kong, Sydney, and New York. By the way, meron tayong mga question ata dyan. Balik sa'yo.
Opo, wow. Very blessed po kayo, Manong Nob. Okay, for the first question, um, what led you to transform from a dancer to a dance teacher for those with Parkinson's?
Okay. What led me, to be honest, as a performer, I managed, to travel and perform in a different countries, and then dance saved my life. Okay, and where I am right now, or here in Australia or in Sydney, I utang ko po sa dance my whole life, and halos all my life is I've been part of dance world. And then I decided na mag semi-retired na ako during that time. Just a little bit, a quick story if I can. Magre-retire na ako, mag-perform sana. And I asked myself, what's next for me? What's next for you, Novi? Ano bang gusto mo pang gawin? And sabi ko, I want to do something that I want to continue, but I don't know what. And as for me kasi, as an artist or as a performer, as a dancer, I'm kind of person na never stop learning, and kung anong opportunities, go lang ako ng go, and especially na matutunan kung anong pwede kong matutunan. And some point, one of my dreams to perform in a Sydney Opera House, and I get a job there. To make the story short, I perform in Opera House, which is one of my bucket lists when I move in this country. And then after a week before na patapos na yung show namin, and I saw the bulletin board in Opera House, they're looking for Dance for Parkinson's teacher workshop. And sabi ko, oh, okay, I want to try that. But I never ever ex- heard, or well, I heard, but I don't know what it's Parkinson's. And then I went home, I did my research, and then nag-a-apply ako, and then I was shocked at what is Parkinson. I was nag-hold back ako ng konti. Should I do this? Oh my God, this is like scary. And then when I saw it, sobrang yung requirements to be part of the workshop is complicated. Like you have a 10 years experience in teaching, in all of that. And to make the story short, sabi nga na as well ng partner ko, you should do it. And you never know, wala namang mawawala. And I said to myself, yeah, you know what? Okay. And I think dahil malapit po ako sa matanda, as you know, as our audience, na I grew up with Lola, maklaki sa Lola ko. So it just remind me of my Lola na, you know. So sabi ko, okay, I will do it. And then I went to the workshop, my first day, and then I flipped, like, it changed my whole world. I changed my perceptions in life, but I changed my priorities in life. I changed the way I look things in life. And also to that time as well, when I migrate here in Australia, and sabi ko kasi sa sarili ko, I will not say bye, Philippines. I'm coming back, and I will make sure hindi ko kayo abandonin. And sabi ko na to sa sarili ko na I will make sure kung ano man matutunan ko sa bansang to or overseas, I will make sure I'm coming back, and I will bring something what I've learned para sa Pilipinas. And that moment, na pag ano ko, it was like pinagdugtong-dugtong ko lang lahat. And I think this is my calling. And that's why I created Sayaw for PD. And that's what happened. I became a dance teacher for Sayaw PD and creating our own. Ganon. Diba?
And
So yun yung short story. Nasagot ko ba dyan?
opo, opo. Thank you so much. And ilang years na po kayo na naka-base in Sydney, Australia?
I'm living in Australia now for almost 11 years now. But mostly I go back and forth to Pilipinas. And since I started teaching dance for PD, I'm a dance for PD teacher here in Australia. I was one of the pioneer here in Sydney, actually, the teacher. So I've been doing that for almost magsi 6 years na rin. So every time, started mga 4 years ago, every time umuwi ako ng Pilipinas, I try to make it sure na I started some classes, free classes at studio sa Pilipinas. So I did it in Makati and Quezon City. So I did classes for our PD community. And that's what pushed me, because I know na we have a lot of supporter there, and they really want me there. So kaya nabuo ang Sayaw PD, kasi sila rin nagbigay sa akin ng lakas ng loob. It's not just only me. Everything is all also from our PD community, helping me to push myself to do this. Kaya it's it's not only Sayaw PD, is only not me. It's for you guys, for my PD community, for our country. And yeah, ayun.
No, there's a second question. Ito, from Ivan John Castro Nuevo.
Mm-hmm.
Affiliation of the CCP Dance Workshop. So, how important is a support group, be it family or friends in class, to contribute to the treatment of Parkinson's disease?
It's very, very important. And this is a part of the program as well of Sayaw PD. Because of COVID, the things you see it on the video or in YouTube or in Facebook, it's a different situation. But if you can see in the video, pag nasa the studio, mostly the classes is you have there's 2 teachers there, and you have some volunteers to help. And also, we're not allowing people attending the class with PD on their own. They need to be with someone, with their loved ones, to support them. It's very important to support, they have a support para they do not, you don't leave them away. Hindi sila naiiwanan, or you don't leave them away, or they're not part of their family. Kahit sa bahay lang yan, they need someone there to make them feel that they're there. Hindi yung mostly, I'm sorry, my words siguro na yung iba na in my family experience as well, na nakahiga lang sa bahay. Treat them as they're there. So this time, if they are going to the class, you have to be part of it because we are creating a community. It's a family thing. So for them, if you're there, a family, support them, make them feel good na hindi sila pinababayaan lang. Balang hindi sila binabaliwala. So kaya napaka-importante ng support ng family, ng friends, ng partner, or kahit their carer, na talagang hindi sila nag-iisa sa laban na to. And their life must go on. Kaya napaka-importante ang pamilya na or ang friends na maging part of it. Kasi ganun po yung we're trying to create that. Kaya naging special ang program na ito. Kasi we're building not only lifting their spirit, but we're building them community. So, napaka-importante yan. Ganon. Sana nasagot ko.
Opo. There's another question from Miss Rubili Gomez. So the question is, how do you prepare your classes for the Parkinson's disease, and what's the flow?
Oh, thank you, Ruby. The classes, it depends. For me, when I did training for Dance for Parkinson's, merong module yan, which is now I'm trying to create the simplified module for Sayaw PD, and so that in the future, we can teach our teachers back home and train them. The preparation for that, make it sure, one, I'll just give you some few, is you make sure you have a good set of music. You need to go there and prepared. You need to exactly love what you're doing, because hindi lang siya dahil that's as usual. I'm a teacher as well, that you're not just, if you're teaching with people that they don't have PD, you just give them the movements or give them the step. But it needs to be coming from your core, from your heart to teach them. They need to trust you. So that if they trust you, they will follow you. And it's a challenging as well. You have to be mental state. You have to be prepared as well, because most of the OPD as well, they cannot really have the reaction on their face. They're froze yung mukha nila, or something, you think they're mad, or you're almost like, I'm sorry, na akala mo they're not there, they're not present, but they're present. So you need to push that. Kailangan mo silang, kumbaga sa the layer, pasukin mo sila important so that they can relate with you. And that's the number one secret of teaching with this. Kaya hindi siya madali. And to prepare that as well is you have to be mentally prepared and physical. If you are a dance teacher already, it's easier. But the thing is how you prolong your patience. And then how you creative you are, and how you, paano ka makasurvive to that setup. And it takes months. And it's nakakatakot siya. So there's a lot of things na you need to remember or to understand to do that. It's not just actually nakikita nyo, but it's a lot of you need to make sure you're very confident in your heart as well, because things can happen and you know what you're gonna do, and make it sure there's that's why it's not an easy just to teach. Make it sure that anyone if ever man na may planong gumawa lang, nakikita nyo sa video or whatsoever, please don't do it. Or to our viewers, or to, if you know someone with Parkinson's, don't let them do that, because they don't know the procedure properly and what to do, and mas lalo lang mapapasama yung ating PD. So napaka-importante na we are mentally and physically prepared, and then when we do our classes, making sure we have a good music, a set of music, naka-prepare na yung klase mo, nakaplano na siya. If hindi mo pa master yung ginagawa mo, make sure you plan it as well. And it's not just plan it when you teach in dance class or in normal people, but this one is they are special, so you make them feel special as well. So the effort there, it's like ruruk-rurukan talaga siya, ganon. I hope I answered that, Ruby.
Okay po. Ako po, I have a personal question. This will be the last question na ibibigay ko po sa inyo. It's a personal question to you. A while ago, you have mentioned that you are conducting workshops and classes and to the teachers and train them. So my question po is there any requirements for a teacher to possess do they need to be a ballet teacher or just a academic teacher?
Mm. Okay. Uh, this is it's not easy. You need to have, at least if you're doing teaching, you need to make it sure it's not only like academic. I think it's more of a physical teacher, no? What we're trying to more physical teacher. As I said, the physical teacher, it's dance teacher. You can be Pilates teacher. You can be physio. You can be a yoga teacher. But you need a long or years of experience. You need to understand the emotion of your students as well. So hindi lang siya. You have to be trained as a teacher as well. Kasi hindi lang to movements. You have to understand the person as well. So I think if you're an academic, madali siyang aralin, but at the same time, you need to be, there are a lot of input here. You need to be creative what you're teaching. You have to study it. So, but it's really open for everyone actually. But you need to be a law, at least more than for me. Kasi in Dance for Parkinson's, what they do is like, you have 10 years of experience in teaching, academic and physical. But like as I can see, and for us to develop this Sayaw PD, develop my program and my own module, it's more easier for us because sa atin kasi we're very, nasa nature na ng Pilipino ang pagiging caring. So nandun na yun eh. And now we just gonna input there that they need to love it and how they will be very creative and to make it sure na they know how to handle the situation. So para sa akin, the number one requirements for this is making sure that if you're doing this, you're coming from your heart. Because the moment you're doing this, the price that you're getting, it's priceless. It's beyond. And that's one reason I'm doing this, guys. Ayun Jan. I hope that I answer your question at
Apo,
some point.
po. And okay po, another pahabol question. This is from the one of the viewers. Are there any similarities in teaching dance for Parkinson's and teaching dance for other disabilities?
Meron naman. Yes, meron. But like, it's really hard to say that because I'm only specialize the dance for Parkinson's. Some of the training is there. You can use like, as I said, we're doing it online and everyone is open to to participate. Or even all this, you don't need to have a Parkinson's because we're doing it online. But the program, for example na lang kasi, to make the story short, yung ibang disability kasi, iba yung hawa-hawa ba. If you're teaching on the class, if you're teaching someone with Parkinson's and people with, for example, with Alzheimer's, they don't have that disease. And watching someone there with Parkinson's and all that, it's an emotional attach there. So maapektuhan yun. So they cannot concentrate. So it's a very, very important that you're specific talaga that because this class designed for dance for Parkinson's and then for Alzheimer's or something, you can use some of tips there or some classes, how I do the classes or like the seating program or you're doing the seating exercise. That I think that would be really, really help. Oh, are you there? I'm sorry. Yeah, so yun. You can apply some feel of the warm up. That would be really help for everyone. But this is really designed for PD. But as I said, why not? Yeah, yeah, we could try. I cannot really answer when it comes to that, but I know that some of it can really useful para sa ibang disease for our participants as well. If I answer the question. Ayun. Salamat. Ayun ang question.
Thank you. No, another question
Oh,
ulit from the viewers. Why do you
okay.
think a great way to promote healing and self-care?
Well, because remember that dance, it's we're used as a movement and a physical, emotional creativity is only used for stress and reduction of disease. So para siya prevention din, and to the mood, the management of increase the muscular strength, to coordinate mobility. So napaka-importante siya. Kaya siya nagiging healing as well, because also the music as well, it's a healing of music for them, which is their mood, and then the movements. It's using it for a creative way and to coordinate their balance. Because remember, one of our issue of our PD is yung balance nila, yung mobility nila. So dance would really, really help for them. And I really advise siguro talaga this one, because as I said before, the trigger there, as as have a Parkinson's, to say you're going for a therapy, and that would be a big trigger for them, to tell them, let's go for your dance class, or let's go for teacher Novy, dance tayo, or that moment, be in the moment and just forget what's happening. And no matter what, and they will just go and flow in that moment. Their mindset, they're focusing on you, and they are in a different world. You're bringing them into your world. So you are all this together. It's more about like a healthy, a positive community, or it's yun. Nasagot ko ba yun? Salamat sa question.
Opo. And for our last question po, what are your thoughts on how Parkinson's is treated in the Philippines, and what are your wishes and hopes for this?
The first question is?
What are your thoughts on how this
Okay.
disease is treated in the Philippines, and what are your wishes and hopes for this?
I hope walang Parkinson's. Walang disease na to. Because until now, wala pa ring gamot eh. We're still trying to figure out. Our doctors, our medical, practitioners are still working out how to have this or gamot for this. And we still don't know. Wala pa rin tayong alam, and wala pa rin nagawang gamot for that. And then we still try to figure out talaga, as I'm not an expert, but na as far as my knowledge, na di rin pala nila alam kung saan nanggagaling or saan nag-umpisa, or is it also from the family, hereditary ba, or it's by region. But now the more I know it, akala ko it's just yung by area lang, or what the food you're eating, or this region or this country. But it's not. It's like everyone around the world. And ngayon lang siya na nabibigyan ng focus. And I think it's a very important as well for me to see that, and I see ang pagkukulang, or why our country there kailangan sa Pilipinas yung awareness about Parkinson's, and help those ones na walang knowledge, that those na walang access to understand what is Parkinson's. And my wish is sana we can find a cure for them, and my wish na soon na matigil na ito, because this is gonna be, and this is also gonna be hard for all of them. And I hope sana as well, my wish that people, whoever, hello everyone, please support Sayaw PD or any medical companies or organization that can be help or support us, Sayaw PD, so that we can help and provide our friends and our community PD there in the Philippines, na yung mga hindi po nakaka-afford, and we can supply them their gamot, and also we can train teachers that we can ma-spread natin around the Philippines, which is ang hirap. My wish is, na now natutunan ko na ang hirap ako lang mag-isa. And if I'm sick, if I have something happening for me, and then it's very important, that's one of my issue, na walang nagtuturo, and I feel bad na wala pong nagtuturo sa kanila, and they're waiting, and especially if you're doing online, and some of them are different time zone na nag-a-attend ng classes. So sana my wish na hello po sa mga anyone who love to support Sayaw PD. We are open now and we are official and we are willing to accept your help for us so that we can help our community back home in the Philippines. Ganon. Nasagot ko ba? Nasagot ko ba?
Agree po ako dyan. I mean, we are blessed that you are here to initiate a contribution to the Parkinson's disease community, and I am happy to see and to learn a lot from you po, Manong. So, final message po is, do you have any message to the CCP Dance Workshop students and all the young dancers about dance and helping others? Konting message lang.
Yeah, absolutely. I would say everyone, guys, for our PD, for the especially for the family back home in the Philippines, make it sure that you support them. Not only you support them, for go to their therapies and everything. Give them a chance to live normally and support them na emotionally support and not and create help each other in the house, treat them, do some, don't let them just lie down there, talk to them, play their favorite music. Siguro napaka-importante yung mga favorite music nila so that if they happy and they're lifting their spirit, and then we can easily convince them to do some things like, and I think also if there's any opportunities na kung pwede siguro yung mga sa remote area natin na kung meron kayong wifi, a little bit of research and how will you do it. And if napaka-importante po yun. And to our CCP DS student, go lang, just focus on your career. I was one of you as well before, but I'm always dreaming and I always believe that lahat ng paghihirap na yan, lahat ng training na yan, ay may mapupuntahan yan as long that you are very happy and making sure that you are into your goal and for your career. Wag niyong kalimutan yan. And also, always look back where you came from and be grateful for what's happening to your life. And mahaba to parang ganun. But ang importante is why you have that. This is a gift that you have, and make it sure that you have a purpose. All of us, especially right now, this pandemic, that lahat tayo, we have this gift. And this is special for us, a special gift that we can share. A small things, we can do something for the world, or anything. Right? It sounds cliche, guys, but it's really true. Na wag nyong kalimutan niya na we have this gift that we need to have a purpose in all of us. Merong purpose tayo. And yeah, be true to yourself, and keep never stop learning. Open-minded lagi, kahit tumanda ka na, where you keep learning. It's one of the secret, and you figure it out. The more knowledge you know, the more you keep learning, the more you could share and provide for our community. Ganon. Maraming salamat, John.
Thank you po. Truly, the arts and dance are valuable in the healing, restoration, and upliftment of our well-being. Maraming salamat ulit, Manong Novy, sa mga insights at lessons that we can use in our day-to-day lives. We hope that we are able to encourage our audience to explore and discover the wonderful and healing world of dance. And we hope to see you all again here at the CCP Arts Online. Muli, ako po si John Ababon from the CCP Dance Workshop. Follow us on Facebook and Instagram at CCP Dance Workshop. We thank you for watching and hope to see you again soon.